What's up, boys? It's Tice. In this video, I'm going to be interviewing one of my clients who's making $38,000 profit a month from his phone flipping business. He's only been doing this for like the last 7 months. He literally started from scratch 7 months ago, and he's already at $38,000 profit a month. And this is consistent money, guys. This is not like one ramp up and then he fell down. He's been at consistent 30K months, between 30 to 35K a month for like the last 4 or 5 months. So this is consistent money. A lot of you guys that are watching this have been phone flipping for longer than that, and you're not even making anywhere near that. And that's not to say that you're doing bad, but you're definitely doing something wrong. So in this video, he's going to teach you exactly what he's doing from A to Z, the whole entire process, how he got there, what his system is like. And keep in mind, this dude didn't think he would get to that goal. Like, he probably didn't think he would get there. His goal at the start was 5K a month. Like, when we first hopped on our original call, before he joined my program, he was literally like, yeah, I want to make an extra $5,000 a month, which is crazy. And now he's at $38,000 in profit. So watch this whole entire video. He's going to give you guys some sauce on exactly how he's doing these absolutely retarded numbers. Well, bro, so I mean, take me back to like the trenches, the beginning. So this is July. Like, so
hmm
before phone flipping was even a thing for you, like
hmm
what was life looking like? Like, what were you doing? I guess like day to day, where were you working?
Yeah. So I think I started phone flipping in June. So like mid-June is when I really built the Instagram, built the Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. But before that, I remember on our call, I kind of lied a little bit. I told you I was making like 5K because I know how sales goes and you're gonna
Yeah.
charge me based off what I make. So I kind of capped a little bit, but I had two jobs. Obviously, I had two full-time jobs selling software. I was doing a little bit of flipping on the side. I was flipping like sneakers, headphones, like Xboxes, consoles, but I wasn't making anything crazy, bro. I was probably making like 2,500 max. Like my best month was like 2,500 flipping everything. But yeah, I mean, I was doing okay, but I definitely had a lot of free time because I was doing so well at my job. Like I was kind of the top seller at both of my jobs, so I didn't have as much slack as a lot of the other sellers did, and that's what kind of got me into trying to figure out how can I do more shit. Like, and it just naturally came to maybe I should just get into phone flipping.
So you're saying, if I'm understanding, you were like kind of grabbed by the balls by them, like you were kind of like had to be there at like all times, sort of thing. Is that correct?
How about work?
Yeah.
No, you're fine. No, I was remote. I was
Yeah,
remote. I
yeah.
was
You were really busy with them. Is that what you're saying? I don't know if I understood you correctly.
No, I'm saying I wasn't that busy. I wasn't that busy
Oh,
because I had already been there for 2 years plus, and I was
yeah.
top. At that point, I was already the top rep at the company, so I didn't have my manager breathing down my neck like the first year, second year. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I actually had more time than I did when I first joined my first two jobs.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. I was thinking the opposite. So you were already making money. So like you had two
Mhm.
jobs and you had other stuff going on as well. So you were all kind of,
Dude,
you were super busy. So like, why phone flipping? What made you even look at this?
To be honest, bro, I've been reselling for so long. Like throughout college, I was reselling sneakers. Like I had a sneaker reselling company. So I've always just kind of been a reseller, bro. And it's always like face to face, Facebook Marketplace meetups, offer up meetups, like selling on Mercury, selling on eBay, selling on Let Go and things like that. And so when I initially got into phone flipping, I had a buddy, and I think I told the story in my initial video. I had a buddy
Yeah.
who was doing this in my city, and I didn't know how much money he was making. Like I wasn't in his business, but there was a time he asked me to like pick up phones for him, and I drove, picked up the phone. Like it was such an easy process, and he paid me like $20 a phone. But like maybe a year later, when I was like trying to get my mind going on what I wanted to do, and your videos were popping up on my YouTube algorithm, I was just like, all right, I might as well try this shit. Like, I don't know how it works. Like, I know I'm good at sales. I know I already do meetups. Why not just implement doing phones? That's
Yeah.
really how it started.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. You were kind of like the other dude's runner, just kind of making little money for that. Then you were
hmm
like, shit, why don't I just do this myself? So
Exactly.
I mean, bro, I remember our first call. I don't know if you remember our first call, what your goal was, but what was the actual goal when you started? Like, what number did you have in your head? I looked back at it the other
Dude,
day. I was dying, bro.
I remember, dude. I remember. I was like, dude, I wanted to make at least 5K a month. I was like, if I can make
Yeah.
5K a month, because I was trying to be realistic. I was just like, 5K is pretty decent. Like, pay my rent, like have some money left over. That was it. That was the goal, was to make 5K a month. That was it.
Yeah, the goal was 5K. And for the people that don't know, how much did you end up profiting just last month?
Last month, I don't have my like, I'm on my phone right now. I would normally
Yeah.
pull up my laptop and give you exact numbers, but it was like 37 2, like 37,200 something like that.
Wild, bro. Wild. It's insane.
I know.
So let's bring it back to like kind of when you were starting. So you joined the program. I mean, how much capital did you start flipping with initially?
I mean, I had a good amount of capital set aside. I didn't use it all. I would say that first month, to be honest, bro, I probably spent like maybe 3 grand. Like I didn't spend a lot of it, but I was kind of like Aaron. Like Aaron came in with a lot of money. I had a decent amount of money, but I didn't use it all. So, but I probably spent 3 grand. I made like a grand, 1,500 that like June, halfway through June.
Yeah, so you were kind of like, let me just kind of make sure it works. Let me make sure I understand before I dive into this with like my actual like money that I got set aside sort of thing. You just kind of wanted some proof of concept
No,
first.
not even, bro. I already knew it worked based off just watching your videos and knowing my guy here in my city who did it. It was more so of just like, nobody was hitting me up to buy shit. Like it was just like the customers that were hitting me up, that's just what I had to spend. I had to spend 3 grand to make the money. Like as time went on, I started getting more phones. I started getting more people hitting me up. I started, creating more of like a what's it called? Like just a trust
Brand.
system. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. A brand to where I was just getting more supply. But at the time, like as you start, you're just not gonna get that many phones. Like if I could have bought 100 back then, I'll be honest, I would have bought 100. I just wasn't getting hit up to buy 100.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, when you first started, you were working two jobs when you started this. Like, how the hell did you have time to flip phones on top of that, on top of the other things that you were starting also?
To be honest, I think a lot of it was, number one, I was remote. So I was working two corporate jobs remote, both sales. In the sales world, for anybody who works in tech, mine was tech sales or sales in general, you get to kind of move around your meetings. Like if it's not a manager meeting or a one-on-one or like a team meeting, a lot of your sales calls are like you can schedule them. Like, hey, are you free at this time? So I was just doing a lot of time management with my schedule, combining calendars and really nitpicking with my calendar to be able to, do what I needed to do in X amount of time. If meetings ran over, I would have to drop calls really fast. Like I was really just really good at time management, bro. That's really what it came
Yeah.
down to.
So really just time management was like the main factor. Just like any little gap, you were just like, all right, meet up here, meet up there. Was it like that?
100%. Yeah. Any gap. Or even like, I'll be honest, if there was like when it came to phone flipping, if there was a supplier that I knew that was going to cash me out, or I was going to cash them out and I was going to make a certain amount of profit, I would cancel a meeting. Like it just, I prioritize what made more sense at the time. Like
Yeah.
it just had to make sense.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to share exactly where you're at, but you're not in a small town. You're in a pretty popular area with a
Hmm.
lot of competition. When you first started, I mean, were you worried about competition, like other flippers in your area that were running ads that you've seen?
Not at all, bro. I was trying to make 5K. I was not worried about competition. I wasn't worried about anything. I was trying to hit a 5K number. That's really what it came down to. Competition didn't mean anything to me, and it still doesn't. It still doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm like, as long as you actually, because you're very unique, you stick out. I mean, really, because you have the
Mhm.
right ads running. You also have a very trustworthy brand as
Right.
well. So, I mean, that's what matters. But I mean, when you first started, how fast did you actually get your first deal after joining? Like, did it take a while, or like the
If I can
first time you bought a
rem
phone? Do you remember at all?
if I could, I mean, I could pull up my price sheet and tell you, but I mean, I think I started June 1st. It took me 10 days to get everything up and running until I started running ads. I would say probably within the first 3 days, probably like June 13th, June 14th is when I bought my first phone.
Okay,
Like 3 or 4 days.
okay. And I remember we did an interview for your first full month. Your first full month, I think it was July. Is that correct?
Yeah, first full month was July. Yeah,
Yeah. So that month we did an interview. You hit like 4K profit. Like,
it's
do you
like
remember what
45.
that month looked like? Like, were you running? You were running ads at that point?
Hmm. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was running ads. I mean, I still, to be honest, didn't feel like I was getting that many phones. But what happened was like, I set a daily quota. I set a monthly quota and a daily quota. And at the point then, my daily quota was to make like $50 a day. Like I was trying to make 50, but even though I knew I couldn't do that, but I was like kind of going a little bit above what I thought I could make. And some days I wouldn't make anything. But dude, I probably picked up like 20, 30 phones. Like I didn't pick up that many phones, but a phone a
Yeah.
day will get you there.
100%. So you did around like 30 phones that first month?
Probably did like 30 phone, maybe less, bro. Something like that though.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
less.
And then fast forward to month three, because we also did an interview on your third month, you hit 15K profit. At what
September.
I guess for you, at what point did you go and look at this as like, okay, this is not just like a side hustle anymore. Like this could be a real business. Is that when you kind of
July.
figured that out?
No, July, bro. July when I hit 45. Because remember the initial goal was five, bro. So did you freeze? I don't know if I
Nah,
froze or
you
okay,
froze.
yeah.
You froze. I can still hear you though.
Okay. But yeah, the initial goal was five, bro. So when I went from I think I did like 14 the like June half of June to five, I knew that this could be something. I'm like fuck the 5K, bro. Like this could
Yeah.
definitely be so. Like the 15 was kind of a fluke, to be honest. Like I was just being it just came down to my habits. But after five, to be honest, I was like, yeah, let's run it up. And then joining the calls, bro, I'm gonna be honest, joining the calls and hearing, like at the time Amir was crushing like 10K a month. Like there's people in the calls that I was like, oh no, y'all can't outsell. There's no way. Like it was like respectable competition, but I
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm not gonna lose to these guys. Like even though we're not even in the same area, but just hearing that lets you know what's possible.
No, yeah, definitely. Because like you kind of got a little bit of a taste of like, oh shit, like these guys are no better than me, no smarter than me, and they're doing 10K and they're doing 15K, and like obviously like, it gives some healthy competition of like, okay, I see what's achievable now. And
Hmm.
I mean, bro, you set the bar now. You set the standard. You're at 38. I mean,
I
37.
know.
So you set the
I
bar.
I
So yeah,
know,
now
bro. Is there anyone doing more in the course? I hope so, because I do motivation, but also I mean I like to be top dog. That's why I'm in sales.
I think as of last month, your top dog, Simon did 33, and then another dude, Caesar, or I don't know if he wants me saying his name, I might blur it out, but he was halfway through the month and he was at 30. I think he was like a couple days, not
Oh,
like a couple days after 2 weeks. And he was at 30, but he's like a ghost. Like I could get a hold of him maybe once a month, but
dang.
he doesn't join the calls much. But there actually is someone that's joining the program Friday. He's doing 60. So he's going to be a good person to listen to.
I love that. Honestly, that's the type of stuff I like. Is like to be like a little bit of the underdog and have to chase somebody. Because if he's doing 60, better believe that I'm trying to keep my top spot.
Yeah, no, he's doing 60 and he told me his best month was 80. So
That's stupid.
he gets like 200, 300 phones a week. So you could definitely bounce some ideas off of him once he joins up.
That's that's dope.
Yeah, yeah. But as of right now, bro, you're top dog.
Hey,
So
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, I mean, like at the 15K level, how are you sourcing most of your phones? Like, was it a mix between ads, organic, any outreach, or what was that like?
Yeah, a lot of it was repeat customers. I mean, and for anybody who's watching this video, anybody who's currently phone flipping, I'm gonna be honest, most of your bread and butter is going to come from repeat customers. So a lot of it was what we like to call suppliers, but they were repeat customers, whether it be, somebody who I bought from back in June, they just upgraded their whole family and they have maybe five phones, or however people are getting their phones, a lot of it was just a lot of repeat customers. Then you have your one, like 10 to 20% of your business is going to be those one-offs, the people who see your ad, who just have one phone to sell, who have a phone sitting in the drawer. So it was a mix of both of those, but for the most part it was through suppliers, repeat customers, and just one-offs.
Yeah, yeah. So mainly just repeat customers that were upgrading or whatever it is that met you even months prior, and then just
Hmm.
suppliers, people that are in the game, and then just the one-offs from the actual ads. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. No, were you doing any outreach?
No, not but June was the only month I did outreach. I haven't done outreach since. I'll
Yeah.
do it
Okay.
here and there, but like for fun, like not something that I think is going to be lucrative.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, bro, this blew my mind. Let's talk about something that's gonna blow people's minds. Is that like how much profit are you making per phone right now? Like you're making a lot more profit per phone than
I
most people.
am. Yeah, I am, dude. I think that's also a key, like a key factor, because the spreadsheet we have, I'll always update it every day and look at, or I'll look at like the profit I made for the day, and I try to make sure it stays above 100, because I know if I do that throughout the month, I'll have a good month no matter what. But right now, dude, at the beginning of the month, because I wasn't getting as many phones, my profit was like at 180, 200 per phone. And now it's kind of even back down to like 160, 150, which is still anything above 100 to me is a great number. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's right around that 150 mark, which is really high.
So like over the past couple of months, would you say it's been around 150 or like what do you
It
think the average
varies.
would be?
That's a good question. I would like to go see that myself. I think it's definitely between 100 and 150 for sure. It's right around that area.
Yeah.
Nothing lower than 100.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. Most people
Mhm.
watching are gonna say that like that's impossible because a lot of people, I get a lot of people say that's literally impossible because the buyers that we sell to, they say the prices are too low to make that kind of margin. Like, what would you say to
Right.
that? Because the difference, like the people that are saying that's impossible, that are making 4K, 3K a month, and you now at 37K, you guys are selling to the buyers at the same exact pricing. So like, what
Right.
would you say to someone saying, "Oh, the buyer's prices are too low to make that kind of margin"? Like,
No, that's just not true. I think at the end of the day, if you're in your head and that's what, because I thought that too, bro. When I first started, I was like, dude, I'm getting lowball offers. People want so much for their phone. Like, there's no way. It comes down to number one, volume. Like, the more people you talk to, the more chances you have of finding that deal you're looking for. Like, I'm not buying every single phone. Not every phone is a good deal, but those deals are out there. They exist for the most part. In my average, you can't look at it as every single phone I'm making $100 plus, because that's not how it works. There's some phones I'm making $20. There's some phones I'm making $50. There's some phones I'm making $200. There's some phones I'm making $400. When it all evens out at the end of the day, I'm getting back to that $100 to $150 margin. So I'm not going for $100 off every phone. I only do it when it makes sense. I'm not going off 250 off every phone. I only do it if it makes sense. So
mhm.
whatever it makes sense for you in your area during that, every deal is treated differently for me. So just got to have to go off the deal.
Yeah. So mainly what you're saying is just, first of all, it's just the sheer volume of people that are actually messaging you. And then would you
Mhm.
say it's just, I mean, you got a sales background, so you talk nice, so you know how to really actually get someone to agree to your price. I mean, is there anything you got on that between the back and forth and messaging over the phone, kind of what you do?
Dude, yeah, absolutely. I think especially if you're in a competitive area like I'm in, I'm in a bigger city. It's not even that big, but it's a bigger city, population over like 250,000 people. I think you're going to find yourself where you're better off trying to get someone to the meetup than trying to negotiate on the messaging. And don't like flat out lie to them and be like, I'll give you $500 for this iPhone 14. Like, don't BS them. But like, kind of like what we were talking about on the call earlier, if somebody has a certain phone, you don't want to ask them all the issues. You do want to know, hey, is it cracked? Is it unlocked or locked? But don't get into too many details about the phone, because you do want to give them the price around the price they're looking for. Because when you get to the meetup, you have a higher chance of closing the deal when they're in your face and there's money in their face, even if you do have to deduct. So every time I meet up, I can't remember a time I didn't deduct. Like, there's
Yeah.
90% of the time I'm deducting something for some reason. And sometimes I'm deducting for no reason. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, will you take this amount of money? And they'll say yes. Like, they'll say yes. So
Yeah. No, yeah, that is sauce right there because so many, I see it a lot of times is like people try and unqualify people in the messages by asking too much, asking for pictures, asking for IMEI, asking for everything. You want there to be something wrong with the phone so you could deduct at the meetup.
mhm,
Like you just
right.
want to, the point of the meetup is to basically just give them a roundabout number that you'll kind of offer and then get them to the meetup. That's the point of the messaging. The meetup is where you're going to give your actual offer, deduct, negotiate and everything like that. And you do that, you do that so well. So I want to hear that straight from you.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
part of the game.
and so you're making, so back to like the profit per phone, were you making that kind of margin from the start, or did that take time to get up the profit per phone? Like what were your margins in like the start versus now?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I tried to keep that $100 profit average throughout. my entire career of doing this since I started, but not always, dude. I mean, I had months early on where it was like 75, 90. It was hovering close to that 100. But like I said, it comes down to the deal. I'm not trying hard like that hard to get $100 per phone. It just more so comes down to where when I know I can get a deal for something, when I ask somebody, hey, what are you willing to take for this? And they go low already, I know, okay, here's $150 potential profit. Someone has a bad LCD, I know a guy who can fix it. Okay, here's a potential 150. Like I just know, or I have a buyer who pays a little bit more locally. Like you just kind of those little wins here and there is what brings your profit margins up higher. It isn't just going for those big, all right, let me try to deduct $50 every meet. Like it's not, you're gonna lose so many deals doing that. So it has slowly crept up to answer your question. It hasn't always been 100, but I've tried. I've definitely tried to keep it there.
Definitely. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, bro, almost every month you've been like really, really growing. Like you went from
Mhm.
15K to 20K. I don't even know if you went to 20. I think you just went from 15 to 25 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I
But
did.
you're consistently doing around 35K profit a month or 30K a month. Is that correct?
Consistently for the past, what, December, January, like 5 months, been 35, right around 35, 36.
Yeah, which is crazy. So that from month three, you completely 2x what you're doing. What changed? What got you past that 15K ceiling? A lot of people, like you even see some people that are in the calls, like some of them plateau at 10. So
Right.
what changed?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, not to toot my own horn, but I think a lot of it is who you are, like the type of person you are. Not everyone can be me. Like you can't. Everyone's one of one. So I
Mhm.
think my experience, the person I am, I'm very well spoken. I've been doing meetup sales. Like I was selling sneakers at 17, so I'm kind of privy to the game of meetups, like how you meet people, be respectful, undercutting certain buy, like the game of just sales. I think is a big part of how I'm able to kind of maintain, then also just my ambition of like just wanting to be better. Just like you said, you have a guy who's coming in that's going to be doing 60K. That made my ears perk up because I want someone who's doing better than me so I have something to chase. Like, yes, it's you versus you, but also the drive and the ambition are the internal things that will help you, but the external things, like the things you can see on paper, consistently posting, consistently following up, like the little shit we were talking about in video 1 and 2, I'm still doing that now. Like it doesn't change. It's kind of a rinse and repeat process. And if you do it long enough and you do it consistently enough, you're gonna reap the rewards from it. But long term, just keeping long term customers, let's say they get smart and they start shopping around, try to price match, try to pay them a little bit more to keep them around. Like little things like that over time does help out with, not losing too many repeat customers while you're also building those new customers up because they're just finding you. And that's what's really helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like a lot of your business, or a lot of like the reason why you've been able to be successful is a lot of suppliers. Like that's been a common theme for you is just suppliers, repeat customers. I
Mhm.
guess for someone who doesn't know what B2B means in phone flipping, can you explain what that looks like? Like, what's the difference between buying phones one at a time from regular people versus actual B2B? Because you said 10, almost 10% of your meetups are from one off, and most of them are B2B. So,
Some of our B2B, yeah. I mean, it really comes down to either buying them from like a source. Maybe there's a particular person who's also in the phone game in your area who gets a consistent supply of phones, right? And they're supplying maybe, I think anything more than five at a time is considered like a bulk deal. So they're supplying five and above consistently every other day. Those are your type of guys you want to talk to. I work with a local pawn shop. They're supplying maybe 5 or 6 phones once a week. That's a consistent. Those are guys who are getting consistent phones. So B2B is going to be the, and they don't always have to own a business. Sometimes they're just one-off individuals, but anyone who's consistently bringing devices, I would say at least five, even sometimes, even if it's one a day, but they're consistent, that's a pretty good person to hold on to. Those are a majority of the people that I work with, the people who are, and I will work with smaller people, it doesn't matter, but
yeah.
that's the B2B we're talking about.
No, that's that. I'm glad that you actually said that. Even one phone a day, if you're making $100 profit, that's an extra 3,000 a month just from one
Hmm.
person. So people don't see that. Some people will turn down that one phone a day, because they're not that big 5 phone, 10 phone a day supplier. But No, it's good. And
Mhm.
how'd you actually find your first B2B supplier? Like, how
Facebook
did
ads, bro. Facebook ads. That was all meta ads
that?
first, and I found my first supplier, like, which was the big supplier I was talking about that recently, like, got out the game. But I found him through Facebook ads, bro. That was it. And it was like within the first 3 days, 4 days of me running. And he didn't sell me anything, but he's like, yo, will you buy 20 phones? And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll buy 20 phones. Like, didn't respond for 2 weeks and then hit me up. And then we started doing business. So,
Yeah. So mainly just the suppliers find you through your ad of you saying you pay cash for phones, basically.
yeah, back then, I've gotten to a point where, I'm doing a little bit of business knocking, like what we talked about. I'll go to businesses and stuff. But early on, they'll find you. You don't really have to find them, they'll find you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, last month you did a crazy number in 1 month, 38K. Walk me through what a 38K month looks like. Like how many phones? What's the daily routine look like? What does that volume
Um,
daily like actually look like?
How many phones did I sell? I think I told you I think it was like
That's something like
three.
312,
Yeah, it was like
something
320, something
320.
like that. It's in the threes. It was somewhere in the 300s. The daily routine. So I have so many different suppliers I work with. There's suppliers who like to meet in the morning. So there's a particular supplier I work with who meets usually every day, but sometimes it's every other day. And they'll bring me maybe 10 or 15 phones. So they're early risers. So I'm meeting at like 7:30 to 9 a.m. I'll know I'm gonna get a text or a call from these guys. We'll meet up, I'll grade all their stuff, cash them out. While I'm even grading, sometimes I'll be responding in the DMs. I have a website and I have Google ads running. So sometimes I'll pick up the phone, I'll get a random phone calls for people who want to sell things. It's like a day of like, it's almost like I own a shop, but I'm like a mobile shop. So my phone's ringing, my messenger's going off. I'm in the middle of a meetup. I'm like grading phones, but it's pretty consistent. When you like, I had 5K days last month. Like I had like a couple 5K days. So days like that are like the busy, like really busy days. And then during your off time, you're doing a lot of admin work. You're updating your sheet. You're packaging shipments to ship off. For me, I put phones aside to sell local because I just make more money with certain phones, like things like that. Like a lot of that is going to be your day to day, but then you're editing videos on your spare time. Like it's a full-time job, bro.
It
When you
is.
start getting to that 25K and above, it's like it does take up a lot of your time, but it's very much worth it.
Yeah. So, I mean, just for the people that don't know, you're doing crazy numbers. Do you have employees? Do you have a team? Is anyone helping you?
No, bro. To be honest, no, it's me, bro. It's all me, which is crazy to think about now that you say. Because I did think about hiring, but I still don't even feel like I'm at that point, bro. Like I still feel like I could go and hit 50K months because if there's little things that could happen here and there to where I could hit those 50K months. And I told you, I feel like I'm still getting unlucky. Like I'm hitting these crazy
Yeah.
numbers, bro. And I still feel like, damn, if this would have happened or if that would have happened. So I can
Mhm.
do it by myself. I don't think I'm at the point of employees, but there's days it does get time consuming, but it's rewarding. Like it works.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. Um, so for you, I mean, what specifically from the program or the ad system do you think made the biggest difference? Like if you had tried to figure it out all on your own just from I guess my YouTube, where do you think you'd be right now?
That's a good question. I don't think I would be where I am. That's the reason I paid you because I didn't want to. I wanted to avoid the fluff. I wanted to avoid the mistakes and the BS. That's why I still join the calls because someone can always teach me something. But I have no clue where I would be. To be honest, I think I'm very confident in my salesmanship and in my ability to sell. So I'd be doing
Mhm.
decent, but I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. It's hard to tell to put a number on it. I have no clue. But yeah, having like mentors and mentorship and having people who are also doing it beside you, dude, it helps so much because it gives you this group that's like they can push you. People who are doing better, people who are doing worse, no matter what. Somebody has something that you probably don't know. Even today, off our call, I took so many little nuggets, and I'm doing like you said, I'm top dog. I can still take
Yeah.
nuggets from people who are doing 5, 10, whatever K a month.
No, 100%, bro. That's the top dog mindset right there. You know you can learn something from anyone and everyone. You
Right.
know, a lot of people forget that. You know, they hit those. You see it yourself. Like people hit you'll see people join the call, the group calls. They'll hit a 25K, a 30K, like Simon, for example, or whoever. They'll hit those big months. You never see them because like
Right.
they think they've got it and then they're just gone. Granted, some of
Mhm.
these people are really busy, but you could definitely make time. But yeah, but that's the top dog mindset. It's like no matter what, you could learn something from everyone. So
100%.
it's very good. And so, I mean, last thing. When you went from wanting an extra 5K to
Mhm.
making how much you're making right now, what's the goal now? Like, what are you building toward? Is it to get out of phone flipping, get into e-com? Is it like what is it?
It's a good question, bro. I think about this a lot. I don't know, bro. To be honest, it's like to consistently beat my months is really the short term goal. Like I want to just keep beating my months. I remember when we had this call, I think it was maybe 5 months ago. I was like, I want to consistently hit 15, then hit 20, then hit 20. I didn't think it would happen this quick. I'm consistently now hitting those numbers. But I think long story, let's get to 50. Like let's do 50 3 4 months in a row and see where we're at, right? Maybe open a store here. Who knows? To be honest, I'm not even like thinking that far ahead. It's really a day-to-day thing for me of like I have a daily quota and I'm like, yo, I need to hit like 1,200 a day, 1,500 a day. And that's kind of where I'm at right now because I know those little things will build up to like you'll look back and be like, oh shit, okay, I'm hitting those 50s, I'm hitting those 60s. But it's really to get the MRR, to get the monthly recurring revenue up. Like that's really what it is, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, so you have no plans really getting out the game. It's just like kind of growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, no plans to leave. I don't know why. Who would leave at the top, bro? I don't know anyone who would be dumb enough to get out of the game when they're doing the numbers I'm doing, especially with growth. Like I'm growing.
Exactly.
I haven't backtracked. So no plans to leave, plans to grow, maybe implement different products. Who knows, bro? But at the end of the day, I definitely think I could take this further than just phone flipping. Like I don't want to say I'm just a phone flipper at the end of the day. I think I could be a little bit more than that.
No, definitely. I'm actually excited for you to have a conversation with the dude who's gonna join. He's doing, like you said, like I was telling you, his best month was around 80. His best
Hmm.
months, like he's hit that a couple times, but he's doing
It's
anywhere from
crazy.
60 to 80. He has a phone store, so he, you could definitely expect some of those numbers if you took it to that level of having an actual physical store.
I love
Um,
to hear that, bro, because you would think someone like that wouldn't need mentorship. Like it's crazy.
yeah,
Like you never know who wants to like that guy wants to get better and he's already hitting 80K a month. So that's awesome.
yeah, no, that's the top dog mentality, bro. Same with you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope.
But hey, Nick, I really appreciate you hopping on the call. As you can see, this dude is literally making retarded money from phone flipping, and you literally heard him say it himself. Like his first original goal, first things first, when he joined my program, he was working 2 full-time jobs, and he just wanted an extra 5K a month on the side. And fast forward to now, he quit both of those jobs, and now he's making retarded money from phone flipping. But guys, whether you guys are just starting out phone flipping or you're already doing multiple thousands of dollars a month, maybe even $10,000 a month, but you're stuck and you want some help, if you guys want, you could click the first link in the description if you want help and book a call with me. I'll map out the exact next steps for you, kind of what you need to do from there. But Nick right here is someone who joined my program, and you guys could see like once you actually plug in the right system, you can make retarded money. Like you can make literally dumb money. This dude literally just wanted to make an extra 5K a month. But when you start running the right system, you run the right ads, you talk to customers the right way, you sell to the right buyers, you can't help but get 20 messages a day or 10 messages a day and get between 5 to 10 phones a day. Like you can't help it. It's just going to happen if you actually have the right system in place. So, for any of you guys who actually want that system in place, there's a link in the description. You could click that. You could book a call with me. We're going to hop on a call, just me and you, and basically map out the exact next steps to either start this up or scale this from 5K to wherever you want to go, or 10K to wherever you want to go, whatever it is. So, boys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.